All right, we got Chris Woods here, Marco Arop's coach, world champion Marco Arop.
Amazing.
How you feeling right now?
Amazing. Such an incredible feat for Marco. I'm so incredibly proud of him. Just the last 4 or 5 years of working with him, he's one of the most disciplined athletes I've ever met. And I'm not trying to take away anything from any other champion in this stadium, but if anybody deserved that in this building, Marco Arop deserved it. It showed a lot about his growth tonight. That was awesome.
Yeah, how do you think it showed his growth?
Well, you know, we over the last several years, we've developed this rumored that we was just this front runner, and that's how we lost races. In the last 2 years, ever since Tokyo Olympics, we've been tweaking things, working on different race strategies, and tonight it came out for us, man. So we're just excited.
So was that the strategy going in for him to go to the back, or
Yeah.
what was the plan?
Well, we game plan for every different type of situation, and then I consider Marco the quarterback. I'm just a coach, so whenever he goes out there, if he feels a need to call an audible, he has the right to call an audible. I'm not out there racing, he is. So
Okay.
that was one of the game plans that we discussed, yes.
Yeah. So
Why do you think he went to the back?
That was probably where he was most comfortable tonight.
Yeah, like you said, I was like, what's he doing at the back? This
Yeah.
isn't his strategy.
Yeah.
Were you a little worried the pace wasn't that fast?
Sure.
To have to pass 7 guys, are you confident he could do that? I mean, he destroyed them.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've worked on that in a couple of different low-key races throughout the course of this year. He worked on that at his national championships. In the trials, he had a pretty nasty negative split. I think it was something like 55 to 49 or something like that. So those are some of the things we've been working on throughout the year. We've always felt that whomever's going to win this race is going to have to come close to negative splitting. I don't even know the splits tonight. Do we know the splits tonight?
it looked like he must have been around 52 high, 53 low, I guess,
So-
because he was right at the back.
So pretty dead even.
I
Or maybe
think he
even
might have
negative
negative
split.
a little
So
bit.
that we anticipated something like that.
Yeah. So do you think he's in like what kind of shape if he was in like a really fast race right
Sure.
now? What do you think he could run?
You know, I think the sky's the limit. I certainly think he's ready to PR if given the right situations. But it's hard to run fast. It's hard to run a PR. You got to have the right competition, the right conditions, the right fitness. So hopefully at some point this year, all three things will come together and we can take a good crack at something fast.
Yeah, and he did used to like to run at the front a lot in those
Sure.
races. Like, was there a turning point that made you think, okay, we need to be able to run different styles?
Yes. I think that's just, individual growth as an athlete, growth as a coach, and myself, lessons learned on the circuit at other championship races. If we're not constantly learning, then we're going to get stale and we're never going to continue to progress. So I contribute a lot of what happened tonight to Marco's development and his ability to learn new things every single season.
Sure.
In Mississippi State, you guys had great success, 800. So, I don't know your story. What's your story coaching? How'd you
Yeah.
start coaching?
Yeah.
What's your background?
So I'm actually a Mississippi State graduate. I was an 800-meter runner at Mississippi State. I was more on the 400, 800-meter side of things a long time ago, back in the early 2000s, and graduated from there, got immediately into coaching. I got back to Mississippi State after 4 years of other universities, and I'm now going into my 10th year. This is my 5th year as the head coach, and been coaching the half milers for the last several years, and just thankful that we've been able to have the level of success that we've been having.
Did
Yeah,
you grow up in Mississippi?
Yeah, I went to Mississippi State.
And where'd you grow up?
I grew up right outside of Atlanta, Georgia. I went to Mays High School.
Gotcha. And how did Marco end up at Mississippi State? Did it have something to do with Brandon McBride
Yeah.
being Canadian? Or?
Yeah, I think the connection was good. I think we did a really good job of recruiting Marco out of high school. I actually took 2 visits to his house, and still really close with his family to this day. So I think we just had a really good recruiting process with Marco from the high school, and I certainly think Brandon McBride, coming from our program and having the level of success that he had, certainly helped Marco in his decision making at that time. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so
on,
much, man.
Coaching him
What
to
does it
world
mean to be
championship.
for you as a coach, have a world champion?
I think it's going to take a little while for it to settle in. This is years in the making. This isn't just something that happened overnight. We've dealt with a lot of disappointment, and when you deal with that disappointment, you got to sit in it for a little while. So it's going to take me a little while to let this all settle in. But man, right now in this moment, this is one of the happiest moments I've had as a coach, and I'm just ecstatic for that kid. Nobody else deserved it more than Marco. He works really, really hard.
Congrats.
Thank you so much.